Let's start out by showing how to do a good naked ballyhoo. First off, and I can't preach this enough, be prepared before you leave the dock. When I'm watching a football game, I may do 50 or 60 of these. These are 80-pound leaders, quarter-ounce sinkers, crimped to a 9/0 VMC ballyhoo hook. It's one of my favorite rigs for potluck trolling. But the truth is, I can't troll it as fast as I sometimes need to go. Let's start out by showing a good natural bait rig. First off, buy good ballyhoo. Now, I'm not talking about brands. I'm talking about individual packaging. If you've got a package that is vacuum packed, it is sealed, and that seal hasn't been compromised, those baits look almost like they're swimming in the package. That's the package you want. If there's frost in the bag or blood in the bag, you don't want anything to do with it. Once you've determined these are your best ballyhoo, they've got a pretty nice orange tip, and they've got an orange spot on the tip of their bill, take their eyes out. Now, the reason for taking their eyes out is not so they can't see the sailfish coming. The reason for taking their eyes out is because invariably as you troll them, one eye or the other will start to bulge out. When it bulges out, that causes your ballyhoo to swim on his side. That's not natural. You want him straight up and down, just like he looks in nature. You know, I so often see people teach ballyhoo rigging by limbering up the whole ballyhoo. Well, look at there. Doesn't that look just like a snake going through the water? Unfortunately, what it doesn't look like is a bait fish going through the water. We want our bait to swim with his tail, not from right behind his head. Here's how we're going to do that. We're going to come back to his tail section, and we're going to push the meat away. We're going to loosen up only his tail. If you push the meat away, curl him one way, curl him the other way, until you feel that tail loosen. Look at the difference in the way he swims. That's what a bait fish looks like. The body's motionless, the tail keeps moving. If you step on the best charter boat in Florida tomorrow, they're probably going to catch more fish, ballyhoo fishing, than you do. I'll bet you one of the reasons why is their ballyhoo are swimming with their tails and not their whole bodies. Rigging a ballyhoo's simple. You got a 9/0 hook, it's crimped on with the proper size sleeve, in this case a 1.0 millimeter sleeve, and a piece of copper wire that is simply wrapped around the shaft of the hook a couple of times to keep it on the hook. Measure where your hook's going to come out in the ballyhoo's belly and place your thumb right there. Bring the hook in through the gills, work it back until you find your thumb, and then bring it through. So the hook lays in just like so. If your hook is too far forward, it's hard to cut it, but cut a little slit so it lays more natural. Same thing if it's too far back, cut a little slit in front of it so it'll lay in natural. What you're trying to accomplish is the hook is not under any pressure. Your bait swims better if the pressure's on his head and not on the hook. Tuck the eye of your hook back between his gills, then come around one gill, behind the next gill, and through the eye sockets, coming behind the sinker. Come through the eye sockets one time, come ahead of the sinker, go around it, and push. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Push your copper wire up through his lip. If you feel a ballyhoo's lip, you can feel where it's joined to the body. There's a soft spot right there, and that's where you need your copper wire to come through. Once that copper wire comes through, you can make one more pass behind the sinker to lock the gills together, and then simply wrap your way out the bill, making sure that you include the leader on the inside of each wrap. As you get there, as you reach the end, don't break the bill off. Cut the bill off evenly, and your bait swims straighter. If I had to have one bait to catch myself a pelagic game fish tomorrow, that would be it.